And welcome back to Crypto Hulk Show. Got a great one lined up for you. Major interesting news. I'm going to have you set up for success. When you watch Crypto Hulk Show, you're prepared well in advance. And whenever the top people of the world decide to set this thing off, you're all ready. We don't know when that date is. Nobody does except them that run the whole world. So what do? You watch Crypto Hulk Show. You get in early on everything that's important. And then you wait for the rich people, the powerful people, the ones that are running the whole world to pull the trigger. It's just what you do. It's better than being late. I missed every single advancement. I didn't know about any kind of investing and stuff my whole life. When COVID hit, I said, you know what? I'm going to figure out how to be rich. I told myself, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to figure out how. So when COVID shut everything down, I turned lemons into lemonade. I watched 3 months worth of crypto videos. I watched 900 videos. And after that, I started Crypto Hulk Show. I said, I know. This is where it's at. I knew right away it wasn't Bitcoin or Ethereum. Those were two I was not going to invest in. I said, I'm going to get in on this. And I studied it. And here I am today, still studying crypto, the government, the banks, how they're putting it together. I'm showing you how the biggest organization in the world for investments, BlackRock, just started DeFi for institutions. I was like, whoa, they're all getting in now. BlackRock goes first. It's a pecking order. The pecking order is BlackRock goes first. Everybody waits. Everybody see how it works. And then BlackRock says, okay, everybody, you can all jump in the boat. Nobody's doing shit before them. That's not how it works. If they do, the government will shut you down, send you an SEC action letter telling you got to correct whatever you're doing. But when BlackRock does it, everybody stop. Everybody stop. Hold on. Let BlackRock see how it works. That's how this goes. We're going to see today how this is going down. Jeffrey Gaylord, thank you very much there, Jeffrey. Tax-free donation. I appreciate that. Memberships. If you want the 3 months for $500, and here's the reason why I'm kind of talking about this. If you haven't noticed, there's been an assault on YouTube influencers and them shutting us down. About a year and a half ago, I was getting almost a million hits a month on this channel. People would watch it. They wouldn't watch the whole videos, but I would have about 950,000 people watching the channel each episode. Whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a whole show, whatever it is, 950, almost a million a month. Now we're down to about 40,000. See that? So what happens is YT, they're kind of cutting off their own nose to spite their face, but they're going after influencers like this channel that have truth. So every single bit, oh dang, hold on, let me write that down. What's going on is they know we're getting closer, and it's not just me, it's all these influencers that preach truth. They're shutting it down. They're trying to make sure you don't see the channel, all these things. You guys know over all the years, you watch crypto, like the weird shit that would happen to this program. They have chopped down, like they've almost disintegrated any kind of like money I'd make off interest, like commercials and shit. They've just completely destroyed, in their view, at least the income earning potential of this channel. But I'm showing, I watched the video, other influencers are saying the same thing. Not garbage influencers. They don't touch, if you have scams, they don't touch you at all. I'm not going to say BitBoy because that would be wrong. I'm not making any statements about BitBoy's past or whatever. But when you have a channel that has truth and facts, they don't want you to see it. Oh, man. So I'm still here. You're helping this channel stay here, and we're giving this to YT every single episode because we're not leaving. And they're just going to have to start sucking Big D like they always do. Go back to sucking it. Hold on a minute. John Gledhill, let me write you down on here. And I'll show you how to get a hold of me. Yes, second installment. Yeah. A lot of times, if you want to get in on the $500 for 3 months plan, they'll stop people from just putting in the $500 all at once. So you got to then break it up. Like, it's so ridiculous. They are so butthurt at YT. So it's going to be tough to get good information on social media. The good channels. The other channels, if a channel's not complaining, then they're not doing the right thing. But yeah, I was watching a video, and this one guy, I kind of watch him a little bit here and there. I'm not going to say what it is, but he's like he has a truth channel, and he's talking about how his income was wiped out about 50, 60, 70%. And I'm like, hello. But yeah, they took my viewership from almost 1 million down to 40,000. Yep. So that's what I got to deal with. Crypto Hulk, why do you have memberships? Okay. So I'm going to work 55, 60 hours a week at least on this channel, 60 hours a week, providing you all kinds of ways to make money, whether you flip crypto. And I was supposed to do all this shit for 60 hours a week. Then how do I get paid? I'm supposed to work 60 hours a week and then go out and get a job making 40. So I'm supposed to work 100 hours a week then just to make 40 hours pay, and you get all the benefits of my research. I'm trying to figure out how that deal goes. Crypto Hulk, why do you charge for this? You never used to charge. Dude, we've been here 5.5 years. Are you still bitching about that? Seriously? 6 years almost doing this shit. Why do you charge? Yeah. I'm going to do this for 6 fucking years, not charge a dime, right? Then how do I pay all my fucking bills, dumbass? Well, yeah, I don't know. You have to figure that out somehow. Really? Is that what you're saying? That's why I have to block all these people. I'm going to put in all my time, not charge, show you all this ways to get rich. I don't get a fucking dime. And then how do I pay all my expenses, though? Just kind of curious. Just curious. Dumb people. Alrighty. John Gledhill is now official. Was it 17th today? 17th February. Okay, congratulations, John. You now have access to, hey, Crypto Hulk, what the hell's going on with such and such? Let me look it up. God bless from the corrupted, ununited kingdom. That is so sad what's going on with these governments. Completely selling out. I'll tell you what's happening. There's a group of people. There's a group of people at the top that are trying to take over the world. This is just Crypto Hulk's opinion. So what they're trying to do is sow, like a farmer sows seeds. You plant seeds. They're trying to plant ideas and destroy major countries that have influence. What they want to do is break everything down and then rebuild it up again. Kind of like what the army does. When you join the army, they try to mentally break you down. And then through the power of collectivism, have everybody doing the same thing, like socialism, communism. That's kind of how there's something in the world going on like that. Because you can see any nation that doesn't go with the narrative of we're going to have a one world order, then you are going to get in trouble. Yeah. 2Q plus 2Q equals 4Q white teeth. Are we doing that? Math is too hard for me there, buddy. Welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. We've got a very interesting group of people here, Mr. OG. Let me show Mr. Gledhill. We have a great show lined up. I'm telling you what, there's so much massive. They're trying as much good crypto news that comes out, everybody. They're trying to distract you so bad. They're trying to come up with these things that have you looking over here. You're supposed to look right here. They have you over here. So watch what's going on. The better the crypto news and all that stuff, the bigger the distractions, the scare tactics, all kinds of shit. I'm just trying to show you. Up, Cheeny Lee. Oh, back again. Now she's trying to get the 3-month membership. I wouldn't blame her. Now's a good time. I'm telling you, the crypto news I got, especially I got a Canton. I can't say what it is now. If we have time, if not, I'll save it for the PM show. But the Canton Network, I'm telling you, massive stuff. Garrett. Now, Garrett's been a member, gotta be for like a lot of months now, but all of a sudden now he realizes, oh shit, it's now 3 months for 500. You're going to need the information and the guidance. Let me get this. Let me get this done. We're just now at a point where the crypto news, the big companies, and how I've positioned myself, I'm ready right now. I haven't had like a position where Crypto Hulk, what happens when we get a bump this year or a pump in crypto? I got a little surprise thing I'm going to launch if prices get to a certain point. I've got a little trigger that I'm going to pull because I'd like to come up with about $500,000. So I got a little idea I'm working on. And the $500 people are finding out what it is. And they're like, oh shit, that's a brilliant idea. Yeah. I'm not trying to wait 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years more. I got a little surprise special lined up. So when we get a little pump, Crypto Hulk pulls a trigger. And then I'm like, oh shit. Nice little $500,000 surprise I got lined up there for you, buddy. I mean, that's a minimum. I'd like to make more than $500,000, but I mean, $1 million would be better if I could do that. But all right, go to, if you just signed up, the year of the horse. People are talking about the year of the horse. We'll see. So if you just became a member here, Pay this man. Cheers for 3 more months. I'll probably need more help from you connecting my Caleb Brown account to my Anderson's. Not a big deal. Well, I'll show you the route to do that. Sheeny Lee says, first installment. Thanks, Hulk, for all the work you do. And good old John Gledhill. Second installment. Okay, let me give you the addresses. And then Jeffrey Gaylord, right on. See that then YouTube gets all butthurt. I'm gonna figure out a way to stay on this fucking channel. Now Instagram, it's at the Crypto Hulk 2025. Then Twitter is, let me show you this one. Copy. And then paste, that's Twitter. Okay, there's the Twitter. It's Crypto Hulk 19. Capital C, lowercase the rest, capital H, lowercase, all one, Crypto Hulk 19. There you go. Contact me there. Okay, here's how we do this, because somebody on Twitter said they're showing all they say is, hi, Crypto Hulk, here's my payment. And, or it's me. And I'm like, well, number one, who is this on YouTube? I have no idea who this is on YouTube. They showed that it looked like they paid Crypto Hulk, but I don't know who it is on YouTube. So here's what you need to do again. Let me break it down, because I just told that person, who are you? Because I don't know who they are. Show your YouTube username so I know who it is. Show on your account where it says your username paid Crypto Hulk on such and such date. Just things like that. I need to see what date you gave me the 500. What if it was from last year? So a lot of people, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you navigate this. You and me together, we can make it through. Let's go to this show right here. Starting the show right now. Deep dive. Where's this deep dive at? Okay. I don't have an article for this, so I'm going to show you, or I'm going to read off what I found with Grok. The XRP Ledger, a decentralized blockchain platform developed by Ripple for efficient cross-border payments, exhibits, here's what Grok says. This is not my opinion. I don't, unless you ask for it after we're done. The XRP Ledger exhibits compatibility with the SWIFT network, primarily through shared adherence to ISO 20022 messaging support, which enables seamless data exchange and interoperability between traditional banking systems, while SWIFT serves as a secure messaging protocol for interbank communications without directly moving funds. The XRP Ledger leverages its native XRP token for near instant settlements, low fees, and etc. XRP positions itself as a complementary or an alternative system that addresses SWIFT's limitations in speed and cost. Efforts to enhance compatibility include Ripple's Interledger Protocol, which facilitates XRP transactions across SWIFT's compatible networks. And here we go. And third-party bridges, okay, like Volante's cloud platform. So XRP, SWIFT, in the middle is a bridge. It's called Volante. That's a Ripple partner. SWIFT is a Volante partner. Oh, yeah. See, that's how SWIFT is using Ripple's technology, is Volante, everybody. We're going to get into this. So, third-party bridges like Volante's technology's cloud platform, which acts as an adapter. Volante acts as an adapter to integrate Ripple's blockchain with SWIFT. Volante integrates Ripple's blockchain with SWIFT. Oh, SWIFT does not need to have a relationship with Ripple. Not necessary at all. Well, damn, Crypto Hulk. Let's talk about this again. Volante Technologies' cloud platform acts as an adapter to integrate Ripple's blockchain with SWIFT. SWIFT is using Ripple technology. SWIFT is using Ripple's blockchain. Okay, to all the dumbasses out there that don't seem to get it. Well, there's no relationship with SWIFT and Ripple. They don't have any relationship. You don't need one, dumbass. I'm showing you right now. I've been telling you for the longest time. Ripple is not going to replace SWIFT, dumbasses, okay? These dumb shits have been saying this over and over and over for years. Why? Because they do not understand Ripple. I don't understand everything myself. I know this much. They have to know about that much, which is nothing at all, okay? It's so embarrassing over all these years. These dumb shits out there. Ripple's going to overtake SWIFT. And what's that other one? Somebody's going to replace the cabal or whatever kind of shit these dumbasses are saying in this fucking quantum banking. Volante Technologies' cloud platform acts to integrate Ripple's blockchain with SWIFT's infrastructure. Ripple is not ever in this lifetime, not on this planet, maybe on the planet you're on, planet Uranus, maybe on that planet, but they're using APIs to get this done, allowing banks to utilize both for hybrid cross-border payments, allowing banks to use both. It's not one or the other, dummies. I'm speaking to all the dummies out there, all the haters that don't know shit, but they watch Crypto Hulk Show because they're too fucking stupid to find it themselves, or the dumb shits they're watching don't talk about stuff I do. That's why they watch this program. Allowing banks to utilize both for hybrid cross-border payments without overhauling existing systems. Without overhauling existing systems. Nothing is going to happen to SWIFT without overhauling existing systems. That means ain't nothing going to happen to Swift, dumbasses out there. You guys are so fucking stupid, man. I swear to God. That's why I got to break this down kindergarten style for the low IQ people on X that like to leave stupid, mindless comments. Cripple Hulk doesn't know what he's talking about. He's so full of hype. Okay, then, then you're smarter than Grok then, okay? So banks can utilize both systems, the XRP ledger system and the Swift system. Utilize both systems. Have I broken this down yet? Nothing is going to happen to Swift, dumbasses, okay? So for all the little fucking dickless wonders that try to leave stupid fucking comments on my pages, the world will utilize both systems, here we go again, without overhauling existing systems, okay? We are not going to overhaul Swift. It's going to stay Swift, but it's going to run on rails, okay? It's going to utilize both. You have it's a hybrid. That's what a hybrid means. Yeah, I got a hybrid car. It's got gas and electric. Okay, we're not getting rid of any one. It's utilizing both, okay? I know that's hard for you to understand. I know you're going through, you need to see a counselor right now because Crypto Hulk's is destroying everything that you've been saying for years. I know it hurts. It does. Suicide hotline, make use of it. They're open 24/7 just for you. Although rumors of direct Swift trials with XRP persist, no official confirmation exists. And Swift's own blockchain initiatives, can you say Linnea? Oh, Crypto Hulk, man, I'm sure glad I watched your program. I got that shit, Crypto Hulk. Me and you, buddy. Me and you, we got this. We got this. Swift's own blockchain, made by consensus, called Linnea. I got that. You got it. We got it. May introduce competition. Oh, lovely. But no, Crypto Hulk. That's not what everybody's been saying for years. These fake ass channels have been saying Ripple's gonna take over Swift. This can't be, Crypto Hulk. How does Swift live on? This is going against everything I believe for 5 years. These channels telling us Ripple's going to take over the world. I've been telling you fucking dumbasses out there. Yet the overall framework supports growing interoperability between the Swift and Ripple modernizing global finance. So it ain't going away. Oh no, I feel like such a fucking dumbass. I said all that shit about Crypto Hulk and I didn't want him to be right. I just didn't want Crypto Hulk ever to be right. And it turns out I'm wrong. I've always been wrong. I just want to go to the Ripple. I want to go to the Ripple concert and wear my XRP t-shirts so I can just feel like I'm somebody. I'm tired of being a loser. I'm 55 years old. I just want to go to an XRP Ripple, get together and see everybody. I want to be part of the XRP family. Oh my God, how sad. Okay. Yes, there is. Here's another Grok entry. Yes, there is substantial evidence of a collaboration between Volante and Swift. That's how this is being done. So, to all the dummies out there, keep watching the show. Primarily in the form of integration partnerships with Swift. There is substantial evidence of collaboration between Volante Technologies and Swift, primarily in the form of integrations. Swift has integrated Volante, and there's partnerships with Swift and Volante. And Volante's role in supporting SWIFT standards, Volante Ripple partner, Volante running on Ripple's XRP ledger and XRP, Volante's acts as a key enabler for SWIFT. Volante acts as a key enabler for SWIFT. Volante helps SWIFT. Ripple helps SWIFT. Ripple Technology helps SWIFT. They don't need to have an official partner, dumbasses, haters out there, because they're already using Ripple Technology along with their own blockchain called Linnea. And Volante is helping this happen. Volante has the cloud native payment service, which handles ISO 20022, cross-border payments, and seamless connectivity to SWIFT networks. Volante has seamless connect to the SWIFT networks. Volante, which is running on Ripple's XRP, has connection to the SWIFT networks. It's all connected, everybody. You don't need to see a partnership with Ripple. It's done. They're using Ripple technology. Grok knows. Everybody knows. If Grok knows this, then everybody knows this, okay? Not tough. It's just, you had this idea in your head for all these years, and you kept leaving your stupid fucking comments on my show. Oh, the cabal is going to be taken down and SWIFT is going to be taken down. No, it's not, you fucking dummies, okay? Please get off the show. Call the suicide hotline. Tell them you need help. For instance, Volante has helped multiple banks, such as Lakeside Bank, modernize their SWIFT processing. SWIFT is not going away, including upgrades for SWIFT SRG 2025, ensuring regulatory compliance and efficient transaction in handling. Volante's solutions, Ripple partner Volante has solutions, and they're designed to connect seamlessly to SWIFT. And API integrations that facilitate real-time payments and reduce processing time for international settlements, as seen in the implementation for clients like Affirme, AFIRME, and ICD. So let me show you these two clients. I'll just copy their names so you can, some of you guys write this shit down. You have Affirme and ICD right there. Let us go. So with clients like Affirme and ICD, where Volante's tools, Ripple's tools that help Volante transform and integrate SWIFT transactions. Additionally, Volante is recognized on SWIFT's website, official website, as a provider of cloud payments, payment solutions. On SWIFT's website, you'll see Volante as a provider of payment solutions. What is Ripple's XRP? What is Ripple? A company that has payment solutions. They use blockchain for payment solutions. Volante's their partner. Volante's on the SWIFT website as a payment solution provider for cloud. They use Ripple. SWIFT doesn't need to have a special relationship with Ripple. It's not necessary. They're already using Ripple and their own blockchain. see here. The listing for Volante Technologies on the Swift website appears as a dedicated partner profile. Volante Technology is the leading global provider. Volante Technologies is the leading global provider. Volante Technologies isn't one of the world's leading. It is the leading. This is what Grok is saying. Now, this is what Swift is saying on their website. Swift on their website says Volante Technologies is the leading global provider of cloud payments and financial messaging solutions. It says here, the full content from this profile page reads as follows. This is on Swift.com. Swift is saying this about Volante. Volante Technologies is the leading global provider of cloud payments and financial messaging solutions. But isn't Swift a messaging service? Yes. Swift is saying that Volante is the number one. That's what it's saying here. We serve as a trusted partner to over 100 banks, financial institutions, infrastructure clearinghouses, 35 countries. This is Volante, I guess, speaking right there. Yeah, our solutions and services process millions of transactions and trillions every day. 40% of all commercial bank deposits are going through Volante. 70% of worldwide card traffic, Volante. Ripple. This description highlights Volante's role in supporting Swift-related infrastructure. Let's see. Now, if you want to see the link, here's the actual link if you want to find where all this was talked about on the Swift website. There's your Swift link. Read that right there, and you'll see all the Volante stuff. I just can't show you my Grok page, but I can provide that link for you right there. Well, now here's some evidence. Let me click. Let me click out of that page. Here is 46 JD May meth sunscreen. Such a liar. What the hell is this guy talking about? Thank you very much. Tax-free donation. I know YT is so butthurt. Okay, now here's Thunes. Thunes. Thunes enables banks to unlock mobile wallet payments via their existing Swift connectivity. Here we have a company called Thunes working with Swift, and they have a wallet. Okay. Here we have Thunes Bank. They're partnered with Wafa Bank. But guess what? Ripple's involved. So Thunes is working with Swift, utilizing wallets and their Ripple partners. See how all this goes? So Swift doesn't have to buddy up with Ripple. They can use companies and integrate their technologies together. Swift's not going anywhere. For all the dumb people, just letting you know. There's Volante Technology Ripple partner. What's the date on this? Oh, just 2015, Crypto Hulk. Only like 11 years now. I think this has been going on with Swift for 11 years. Now let's talk price. First, before we do that, let's talk about Affirmi and ICD, where Volante's tools transform and integrate Swift. Volante Technologies is a fintech provider specializing in cloud-native payments and processing solutions that support multiple rails, including traditional systems like Swift. Oh, the Global Interbank Messaging Network and global blockchain alternatives like Ripple, which utilizes the XRP ledger. For clients like Banca Affirme, it's a Mexican bank, and ICD, Investment Corporation of Dubai, a leader in institutional investment tools. Volante's tools, such as Volante Designer and the Volpay suite, automate the transformation. Volante automates the transformation, validation, and integration of Swift. Let me repeat that again. Ripple partner Volante automates the transformation, validation, and integration of Swift. There you go. And it automates it into ISO 20022. Ripple's technology being used in Volante allows Swift access into the ISO system. Swift doesn't need to have a relationship, an official relationship with Ripple to get all this done. Do you get it? Let's repeat. There doesn't need to be an official relationship on paper or whatever with Swift and Ripple. Not necessary at all, okay? In fact, Volante is working with Ripple as partners, so Volante allows Swift to get in on the ISO 20022. Swift utilizes Volante for payments, and Volante automates the transformation, the validation, and integration of Swift messages into the ISO. Swift needs Volante with Ripple's tech to get it into the ISO system. I think that's good enough. Okay. This hybrid approach doesn't require direct changes to existing Swift infrastructure. Let's repeat again. Swift is going to stay Swift. Let me repeat. Let's see, where was this at? Okay. This hybrid approach. So you've got a blockchain system called Ripple. You got Swift's old school, and then you got Volante as the bridge. Swift is utilizing Volante to get all this shit done. This hybrid approach does not require changes to Swift infrastructure. Swift's not going anywhere. Dumb people, I need you to hear this, because somebody along the way keeps leaving stupid fucking comments on Crypto Hulk page. This hybrid approach does not require changes to existing Swift infrastructure, but unifies them. Volante utilizing Ripple's XRP ledger, dumbasses, unifies Swift and this blockchain in a single platform. Okay? It ain't going nowhere. It doesn't need to change. It just, Volante is what facilitates all this, all right? Get it right, get it tight. This for all the low IQ people out there leaving fucking stupid messages about how Ripple's going to take over the world and the Swift system is going to be taken down. And sad, truly sad. Okay. Ripple's technology indirectly supports Swift through Volante's neutral bridge role. Swift, this is for all the dumb people, Swift is still the same. It hasn't changed, okay? It's not going anywhere. That's what we're reading right here. Doesn't change Swift's existing infrastructure. It stays, Swift's old school way stays the same. It's Ripple partner Volante that's the intermediary bridge that changes everything, okay? Just got to make sure that's clear for the dummies. But no, Crypto Hulk, I'm supposed to go to the Ripple convention, and we're supposed to say down with Swift. That can't happen, Crypto Hulk. We have a narrative, and that's Ripple's going to take over the entire world. Crypto Hulk, what you're saying is blasphemy. No, what you're saying is dumb shit, okay? You need to start watching the right crypto program, because whoever the fuck you're watching is the wrong one, okay? Very wrong one. Now, let me see how much time we got. 13 minutes. Now we're going to start talking about price. I'm going to save all the dumb shit, price, prediction shit, and all that for the end, and that's what we're doing right here. Here's the question I asked Grok. Grok, this is just speculation, okay? Just putting that out there so everybody knows. But all the dummies, they don't have time to watch the show because they're too busy watching midget porn and shit like that. Midget anime porn. Grok, this is just speculation. What would the price of each XRP have to be if Swift fully utilizes XRP for the world's payments? Also, what other cryptos involved in this, what would they be worth if they were working at 100% capacity? So that's the question. Nothing wild, nothing outlandish, just asking Grok a simple question, okay? So we can all calm down, all the dummies out there. Crypto Hawks spreading hype, fake hype. No, I didn't, you fucking dumbass boy lover. When I asked Grok what would be the price of XRP and the other cryptos if they were utilized for cross-border payments. That's all I'm asking, but you're so fucking stupid. Let's continue. Here's what Grok says. This is purely speculative, everybody. Okay? We know we know this. We know this. We don't need you to come on the channel and leave your stupid comments. Oh, that's all speculation. Of course, that's what we know. We know that. That's what we said. That's why you watch the show, dumbass. So you don't leave stupid comments and make you look like you sucked dick your whole life. All right? All right, let's continue. Now, if XRP were to become the exclusive bridge, that's all we're saying. We're having a little fun. Okay, now scroll down here to the numbers. It runs a whole bunch of numbers through. talks about estimates for global cross-border payments vary widely. So we're speculating here. Grok says it could be about $290 million by 2030. Could be more, could be less. We're speculating. The total could approach $1 quadrillion annually for SWIFT. SWIFT right now moves $105 trillion every 3 days, $35 trillion daily, or $12.8 quadrillion annually. SWIFT moves, according to Grok, it could be by like 2030, $12.8 quadrillion annually. Okay, these are just speculative numbers now. Grok says, I'll use the $200 trillion annually number. And now we got to assume XRP's settlement time. It could be fast and it could be a little slow. So we got to adjust for settlement times. Grok saying the XRP could settle in 3 to 5 seconds. And then it could be 5 to 10 seconds. Okay. Meaning like the XRP may settle in 2 to 5, but it's the business, right? Like when they push the button send, and then when the other person actually receives it, there's lag time due to the bank and shit. Okay. So the XRP, I'm fully acknowledging, 2 to 5 seconds, but there's lag fees on both sides. So Grok is saying it could take 5 to 10 seconds if you account for lag time, like human whatever stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know what you call that. Okay, now. Here's what Grok says. If it's 200 trillion annually, you got to have an XRP price at $656. Although it could be as low as $328. Okay. Now, these are a conservative. Now, if we start talking wholesale, it could be $1,600 for wholesale at the low end and $3,000 at the high end for wholesale. Now, an extreme high volume for everything, $16,000 for XRP. That would mean you would need $1 quadrillion of liquidity of XRP. You'd have to have a pool. You'd have to have a pool of $1 quadrillion worth of XRP to make shit work at an annual. If you have an annual volume of $1 quadrillion a year, you would need to, according to Grok, have liquidity to access to having $1 quadrillion at any given time. $16,000 XRP. Now, how much would Stellar be? Here we go. Now, Grok didn't give me a low and a high and a moon boy price. Here's the other cryptos. Here's all the other cryptos that could be involved in this. Stellar, this is just a low price for Stellar. We're not doing low, high, and all that shit. Just low price for Stellar, about $700. Hedera, HBAR, a high transaction per second, $541. Algorand, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. $2,000 for Algorand. XDC, $1,400. Quant, hold on. Quant, $1.3 million. Hoo-wee, hoo-wee, hoo-hoo, hoo, yahoo! Okay. IOTA, $6,000. Oh, nice. Cardano, $560. Okay. Now, I changed things a bit. I asked Grok again. Hold on, let me check some comments here. Stella, my love. Now, I asked Grok, what if, now you know how Stellar burned up? Stellar used to have 100 billion. They burned up 50. Now I'm just having fun. Don't shoot the messenger. I said, Grok, you know how Stellar burned up half of their cryptos? And he's like, yes. Jed McCaleb, no, okay. So I asked Grok, what if Ripple did the same thing? They burned up the 38 billion in escrow, found 10 more. They like bought 10 billion more, burned those up, whatever. Now, Grok, we only have 50. Show me the numbers, Grok. We got 50 billion. It's not always double. A conservative price of XRP would be $400. But if Swift's going to be used, listen to this. The XRP just itself without Swift would be like $400. But now, remember, use case, that's the key, use case. If it's used on Swift, it's going to have $25,000 sticker price. That's if Swift is moving $12.8 quadrillion. You have a velocity of 10-second transactions. That means each bank is on their game faster than fast, and Ripple's moving in 2 to 5 seconds. That gives you, so each 10-second transaction. That's a $25,000 XRP. Now, Swift is so that was baseline. Low level, 25,000. Mid level on Swift, if Ripple is at 50 billion, 5-second transactions, Swift's moving 12.8 quadrillion a year through the Swift system. Ripple's being used at full 100% capacity. You're looking at $50,000 XRP. Oh, shit. Now, XRP is very low velocity. It means it's moving a little slower than it should. $128,000 XRP. It's showing here. It's an extreme. It's an extreme price because we're speculating. You got $12.8 quadrillion a year running through Swift. There's low velocity, so it's moving slower. Also, you got real-world asset and tokenized assets on the XRP ledger itself. Grok says there's a potential that it could be $128,000. Okay, so we got all kinds of range of numbers in there. Then I asked Grok, what's a hypothetical price If XRP is going to move money on the Depository Trust Clearing Corporation, and the numbers there go from $3,700 up to $37,000. So yeah, a low price. I asked the question, hypothetical, XRP, if used to facilitate DTCC money and value movement. So this is entirely speculative, assuming XRP becomes the exclusive bridge asset for all settlements processed by the DTCC. In reality, DTCC processes traditional securities via centralized, not blockchain, through recent developments, its acquisition of currency. So I don't want to focus too much on that. That's why I saved it for the end of the show. Just having a little fun. And this is where it goes to. If Ripple, now Ripple is just for money, transferring money. And that's why you have XDC and these other ones to move securities and stuff. But we're just playing around. But let's say there's 50 billion. Here's where you come up with 165,000. If you only have 50 billion XRP and it moves all the money on Swift and all the money on DTCC and all the value, which I don't think it will, a low number of XRP would be 33,000. Mid would be 66,000 and a high of $165,000. That's with $16.5 quadrillion being moved. That you add up all of Swift to 12.8, and you add up the 3.7 quadrillion on the DTCC annual trading volume. You come up with about 16.5 quadrillion. And that would bring XRP, would have to be at $165,000 to facilitate that. But if XRP was super fast, then it would only be 33,000. Hey, that's good enough for me. So if XRP was super duper duper fast and transactions were just flying like crazy, it would be about 33,000. That's if you had 50 billion XRP. Now, if we go with the 100 billion and they're all being put to use, see, what this is we're counting that all 50 billion are being used. What if some people don't want to have their liquidity going? They, whatever reason why. Okay, some people have their shit locked up and they're not lending it. I mean, so that's what Grok doesn't know. So with 100 billion, you go from a low of XRP of 16,000 up to 82,000. And that's if 100 billion are in there, allow all 100 billion are in there doing their thing. What are the odds some people aren't going to have their shit there? They're going to have it somewhere else or whatever. I don't know. Maybe they got their shit hidden and staked out and they don't want to do nothing with it. I mean, so these are all speculative numbers. Nobody knows. We're having a little fun. But I'll tell you what is for certain. XRP is not going to work at $1.50. It cannot do that. I'm showing you what Grok says XRP has to be to get that done. So let me wrap it up so the butthurt people can deal with it. I'm not saying it's going to be that much. That's what Grok says. Hypothetically, it can be. But not everybody. First off, maybe tokens get burned up. Some people aren't going to have their shit in staking or whatever. They're not, like some people have money in the bank and they lock it up. I know people that have money in the bank that don't have it in any investments. They got $500,000 in a bank account. I know people, okay? Well, I know a guy who knows a guy because he told me. They got like $500,000 sitting in the bank account. It's not even earning interest, or it's probably earning a little tiny bit. It's not in the IRA. They just have it sitting in the bank. So there's going to be people that have their XRP just sitting in a bank. It's not going to be lent leaves. So they're not going to have 100 billion doing this. They're not going to maybe have 50 billion. Maybe they have 30 or 20 billion. See, the price of these, that's why I'm not going to get into all this price stuff. It's not going to work at $1.50. It's not going to work at $5, $100, $1,000. We got to get to where it's at least at 1,600 at a minimum. And again, this is all just price speculation, but it's not going to work at $5, $20. It's not going to work. XRP cannot function at $100. It's not going to work. Grok's showing us what it needs to be at these prices to handle what volume. The dollar's not going to work. So that's how I know the end game. I don't know all the little steps that it takes to get there. I just know at the end, it can't be $1.50. I just showed you evidence here. Grok's showing, I think, what, like minimum, I'd say like $3,000 or something at the bare minimum, $3,000. But XRP, but CryptoHolics, is it too late for me to buy XRP? What do you think? If you could buy something at $1.50, you know it's going to go to 3,000. Why the fuck you asking me a stupid ass question like that, right? Oh dear God. Those are people that should not be investing in crypto that have to ask those kind of questions. All righty, we are done. 6 minutes over. Maria Sangria. Good morning, Hulk. Thanks again for your research and knowledge. We appreciate you. I appreciate tax-free donations and awesome fans. I'll see y'all in the next one.